It is great to have you back here at CoinSuri's channel. I would venture to suggest that this couldn't have happened at a worse moment, as the SEC has just initiated yet another attack on the cryptocurrency sector. SEC is aiming to expand the scope of broker-dealer in today's discussion. So, what exactly is SEC planning? To comply with the 2025 extension of the broker-dealer definition, decentralized exchanges with capital over 50 million will be compelled to register as securities dealers with the SEC. Ripple's plans to take its business and payments in this exact direction. Even if XRP looks like a commodity, what if its sale is actually fraudulent? For the love of God, we can skip registering with the SEC just when things are looking good. I believe that Hester's purses are one reason why people do not adhere to SEC regulations, like this new expansion of the broker-dealer. At least now we know why AML and decentralized exchanges might not be able to register. People are less inclined to adhere to the rules when they are unsure of what those rules are. Indeed, there are no regulations, therefore if she was being totally honest, then it makes sense. We can see from this example, though, that the moment you adjust your operations to meet their standards, they will immediately try to change the regulations. They are within their rights to take legal action against you because you are considered non-compliant. Those rules and regulations are not the result of an independent, renegade regulator. The Bitcoin business is no longer the sole focus of the SEC. AI falls under this category as well. The SEC has introduced a draft rule concerning artificial intelligence and financial advisors, stating that they are attempting to make AI products safer and more unbiased. Nevertheless, Ted Cruz is actively trying to gather support to put a stop to this rulemaking. He claims, and this will ring true for crypto enthusiasts everywhere, that the SEC hurts the investors it purports to protect, even if more Americans than ever before are able to trade stocks, thanks to technological advancements. I feel the need to state my view on the future of XRP here immediately. Since transaction processing was blockchain's initial focus, I feel compelled to elaborate on my position on XRP and P's future intentions. This is an important and valuable matter. While XRP may not be the most talked about investment topic at the moment, that doesn't mean it can't manage payment-related concerns like cost and speed. In fact, I think it would be a fantastic idea to add some extra features that would make it even more appealing. I am astounded. Fairly big. Plus, everyone will reap the benefits of a resolved problem if you can solve this big one. It is my responsibility to reiterate that we must stop ignoring critical use cases. But XRP's competitive qualities will ensure that it remains unrivaled in those use cases. I didn't mean to suggest that XRP would be mostly useless or worthless if we switched to smart contracts exclusively. Contrary to popular belief, the XRP ledger has numerous benefits over Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP, as pointed out by David Schwartz. The built-in decentralized exchange is one such feature that has just come to light after languishing in obscurity for some time. New features are being added, and I think you'll be required to do that once legislation against money laundering are in place. If you pay attention to David there, it's not an or a thing. Payments and DeFi are both within our capabilities, we are not forced to choose. The capacities of Ripple will have a limit. Of course, they can't do everything on their own. Beyond that, though, there is a vast amount of potential for development. Because XRP is so great at so many things, I hope they and the other XRP ledger developers take this seriously and compete. Concerning potential future feature sets, opinions vary within the community. The AM modem set of capabilities. A small bug, though, was found there. As long as they take precautions to make sure no one runs into this difficulty, David says there's no need to fret over a big issue ever materializing in practice. Feel free to try again if you aren't implying that resolving the problem and mending the sucker isn't important. Return it after you've double-checked it for errors. Which side is correct, if you ask me? Is it something that can be easily resolved and put into action? Does it really need to be redone, examined thoroughly, and put to a vote again? Although David has my utmost respect, I will never invest in XRP due to his influence. Furthermore, I am looking forward to that ledger. Then, what's the best way to figure it out? This is why there is no central authority involved in the voting process. The validators who are able to vote have my trust because of their impeccable judgment. Furthermore, the mere suggestion of Ripple is not enough to convince them to do it. Except, naturally, if everything is in its proper place. Absent that, it's not very significant. They will approve this without hesitation, in my opinion. Coding is not my strong suit. Maintaining the network is not my responsibility. I don't know the answer to that question. Trusting this process is all that's required of me. It was totally anticipated. According to reports today, Solana experienced a 5-hour power outage. My first impression of Solana, that it's likely a good deal, hasn't altered. If the price has since gone up, I still believe it was a good trade when it was considerably lower. Every feature and movement surrounding it can be discerned. I still wouldn't say it's a great foundational layer. Instead of focusing on the rather weak basis, they are too busy worrying about useless vanity metrics. In my opinion, it will most likely transform into a second layer of Ethereum. Again, that's only fair, but it has no bearing on the quality of the deal. I won't say anything bad about it, but I'm not going to put money into it. There is no doubt that this is just another example. An issue here is a low-quality blockchain. It stands as it does. It makes no difference to me if Cathie Wood or anybody else thinks it's bad. A total of $700 million has been invested in Bitcoin exchange-traded funds. While BlackRock and Fidelity are still involved in grayscale liquidations here, new US ETFs have amassed $7.7 billion in assets under management. On the other hand, $6 billion have also left incumbents' pockets. Conventional finance has chosen to corner a significant piece of this business, and all it is their intervention. No matter how much they've cut costs so far, I still don't think grayscale can bring them down to a decent level. Additional bleeding can occur. Is anyone able to buy them? Important news. In order to facilitate the usage of Robinhood's low-cost order engine, which provides a secure, intuitive, and self-custodial means of navigating Web 3.0, MetaMask and Robinhood have joined forces. This might turn out to be important. Ethereum, the ability to trade using the liquidity of a centralized exchange straight from your self-custodial wallet and a MetaMask wallet sounds like an incredible experience. Robinhood and Joe Lubin might both benefit greatly from this. I don't use Robinhood myself, but I can tell you that this is a major win for the brand. I avoid using it even when trading stocks. Their trustworthiness is enhanced, if you will, by this, though I must examine the specifics and test it. I will use it if it is great since it may be a game changer. U.S. budget trend cannot be sustained, according to Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell. Yours faithfully. Captain stating categorically that the U.S. national debt is a danger to U.S. economic stability, but alas, offering no real solutions. The current balance of the national debt is $34 trillion and is expected to continue climbing. Powell went on to explain that things are looking well for the U.S. economy right now. I think it's right. Elon Musk has made the valid argument that the world cannot continue to issue debt indefinitely. We would just print more money if that were not the case. Our goal is to have it. I thought you may own a Lamborghini or Bentley, didn't you? Just as you asked, here it is. Well, it's obviously not going to work. There are bound to be restrictions on this. More than that, we have transcended their limitations. We comprehend the concept of cryptocurrency. Remember that there is more to the value of cryptocurrency than meets the eye. A crucial element. May I inquire as to the matters that you intend to tackle? The question of its value as a geopolitical hedge and currency remains unanswered. Keeping this in mind is important as things get worse. Geopolitical tensions and careless fiscal practices have many individuals running for the hills. A lot of bolt is happening in the world right now. The use of cryptocurrencies is expected to increase in popularity. We observe a comparable trend here. Reuters reports that the BIS has issued a warning over the out-of-balance sheet debt of non-bank financial institutions and pension funds, which exceeds $80 trillion. We will inevitably face a terrible recession, and worrying about it is inevitable. It doesn't matter how many more years you add to your birth date, death is inevitable. The economy goes through boom and bust cycles. On top of that, it's been a while since this spot had a real bust. Take California's state teachers' retirement fund into consideration. In an effort to maintain liquidity, I reported a few weeks ago on their mad dash to secure a $30 billion loan. How did they end up in such a sticky situation? You can almost guarantee a high rate of return on your bond investment. Whenever we face exceptionally challenging situations, for instance, if $30 billion is needed now, what will future needs be? This is a major time bomb. The massive unfunded liabilities of CalPERS, the largest pension system in California, are plain to see. As a result, they are considering Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies as a potential solution to this problem. Here we have yet another area where cryptocurrency could prove handy. According to the Fidelity report that I shared with you and that I've published on this blog multiple times, you need to get off zero if you wish to hear what they're marketing to pension and endowment funds. Plus, even if you only put 1% or 2% of your money into cryptocurrencies, you can significantly lower your risk and increase your rewards. It should be obvious. The availability of exchange-traded funds, ETFs, is no guarantee that investors will immediately begin pouring money into the market. Nevertheless, this sector will soon see a flood of funding. Similar to many others, CalPERS is in a dire situation and needs to improve its game if it wants to remain a big player in the Bitcoin market. Although many people are assuring you that everything is fine, the truth is that pension funds, retirement funds, and enterprises are in a state of far greater disarray. Kathy Wood claims that Bitcoin ETFs will cause some investors to start trading their gold for Bitcoin, a trend that she thinks will grow in popularity. All investors now have easy access. In order to prepare for filming this video, please scroll down to the top 50 assets. Nothing noteworthy has happened since our DER is up about 5%. Also, Monero's price has dropped 29% today. I am clueless as to the current status of the probe, and nothing noteworthy has transpired involving Monero as of late. Beyond that, it's all quite dull. At some point, we will overcome our hesitation and take action. It would be wonderful to break up with the sky and pop some bottles. Our business is making money. It might fall, which would be a possibility. I find the tea leaves to be mysterious. The charts don't make sense to me. Other people can take care of it. No matter what, I am prepared. My assault is ready. We could simply wait for events to unfold. Sideways trading is not something we're going to do forever. In the comments, when our day comes, tell me what you think. And, as always, subscribe if you find value in it. Farewell. I will see you shortly.